Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
A Las Vegas pilot is missing. We have the latest on the investigation. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7 tonight. I'm Lena Bleetz. We begin with top stories. Search and rescue efforts are suspended for a Las Vegas pilot who disappeared this month. A Nye County official announced the halt this morning in the search for 65-year-old Michael Martin. However, Las Vegas police will continue to investigate what happened. Martin was last seen on January 2nd when he left work around 10:30 a.m. according to family and authorities. His plane took off at 10:51 a.m. His flight transponder stopped transmitting at 11:15, and his iPad last pinged at 12:26 p.m., his family said. An official said investigators scoured hundreds of square miles from the air and conducted ground searches using cadaver dogs, but found no physical evidence. A woman is sentenced to probation for the fentanyl-related death of her 1-year-old son. 32-year-old Kiera McCall was also ordered this morning to remain in custody until she is accepted into an inpatient program to treat her drug addiction. The judge said if McCall violates the terms of her probation, she will be subject to up to 4 years in prison. McCall's defense attorney said McCall smoked fentanyl and went to sleep, and when she woke up, the baby was in distress. Prosecutors say the man accused of orchestrating Tupac Shakur's killing is not protected from prosecution in Nevada. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis filed a motion to dismiss the murder charges he's facing, and his attorney wrote that prosecutors were violating an agreement that reportedly gave Davis immunity. But on Wednesday, prosecutors argued Davis provided no proof he received immunity from a prosecuting authority. A hearing is scheduled for Tuesday. In business news, brought to you by G Bank, your best banking experience ever. A $1 billion buyout offer is on the table for the developer of Summerlin. Howard Hughes Holdings said Monday that Bill Ackman's hedge fund operator, Pershing Square Capital Management, has proposed buying enough shares to become the majority owner of Hughes. Ackman wrote in a letter that under his plan, Hughes would become, quote, a modern-day Berkshire Hathaway, buying controlling stakes in other enterprises. Hughes said there can be no assurance that it pursues the proposed buyout. A leading local economist shares what's in store for Las Vegas this year at the kickoff event for Preview Las Vegas 2025. Anaya Collins brings us the highlights.
Today, the Vegas Chamber hosted Preview Mania at the Las Vegas Convention Center. We got a sneak peek of what Vegas has in store for 2025. The event featured over 40 booths with speakers addressing the next steps for the Sphere, reactions to the legislative session, and necessary steps for the city's economic growth.
Being smart about what we do, trading quality for quantity, making sure that everything that we do to grow, and making sure that that growth is not just good for the business that's moving in, but it's great for the businesses that are here today.
And Allegiant Stadium will host WrestleMania this April. The 2-day mega event is expected to draw over 40,000 fans to Las Vegas.
So it is, 4 days of sold out events and all the build up to it. There's a lot of fans of WWE and WrestleMania, but the spotlight that this brings to Las Vegas has never been bigger for them and will be a real benefit to Las Vegas.
The Chamber foresees the growing success of tourism will help meet the city's economic needs.
And weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Tonight, we're dipping back down to the 30s, reaching an overnight low of 35 degrees by 6 a.m. and finishing up the week tomorrow with a high of 61 and low of 37. This weekend, we're looking at a high of 60 and low of 31 on Saturday, then dropping down to the 50s for a few days, high of 57 and low of 32 on Sunday, and starting out next week with highs in the mid-50s and lows in the low 30s, then warming up to highs in the upper 50s to low 60s and lows in the mid to high 30s by midweek.
Now for your sports update, brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. Still flawless in conference play, the UNLV Lady Rebels dismantling Air Force Wednesday night by a score of 84-51. 5 Lady Rebels scored in double figures to help in the win. Amarachi Kimpson paced UNLV in scoring, dropping 19 on the night. Senior guard Kiara Jackson contributed 10 points in the win on top of 3 assists and 3 rebounds. UNLV's next conference test, Wyoming at home on Sunday. Tip-off for that game is coming at 1 p.m. at the Cox Pavilion.
In Health, brought to you by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. A new health and wellness facility for first responders is now open in Las Vegas.
3, 2, 1!
Pro Team Tactical Performance will provide therapy to first responders in the Las Vegas Valley to help them recover from injuries.
We're going to provide world-class treatment for our first responder community here. Our police officers, our firefighters, our EMS personnel.
The company was founded by former pro athletes Jim Sorgi and Joey Vanderver. They wanted to create a place that would give first responders the same care athletes get when they get hurt on the field.
By those men and women choosing to do that as a profession, then it's our obligation to provide them with the highest level of care so they're at their best to make sure they get home safe, protect and serve, and get home to their families safe and happy.
This is Pro Team's first location in Nevada.
Vegas Nation, brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. The Raiders may have one particular person in mind when it comes to filling their general manager position, and Vinny Bonsignore has the latest.
I think the name to keep an eye on, though, is John Spytek, Tampa Bay Buccaneers assistant general manager. He worked in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers front office when Tom Brady was there for a couple of years, but also they go back all the way to Michigan. They played together at the University of Michigan. So I think it would be incumbent on Tom Brady and for whoever the new head coach is going to be, somebody that Tom Brady is really close with, a right-hand man, if you will, be in the building on a day-to-day basis.
Sports betting brought to you by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The lines are on the board of the Westgate Superbook for all 8 potential NFL Conference Championship games. In the AFC, the Bills are 8-point favorites over the Texans, and the Baltimore Ravens are 10-point favorites over Houston as well. The Chiefs are favored by 1.5 over the Buffalo Bills, and the Ravens are favored by 1.5 themselves over the Kansas City Chiefs. Moving into the NFC, the Eagles are favored by 7 over the Washington Commanders, and the Rams are also favored this time by 3 over Washington. The Lions are 3-point favorites over the Philadelphia Eagles and 7-point favorites over the Rams.
In your lifestyle news, cue the fried chicken, biscuits, and sweet tea. Las Vegas' first Bojangles restaurant is opening Monday. The restaurant is at 9210 South Rainbow Boulevard. It's part of a plan by LVP Restaurant Group to open 20 restaurants in the Las Vegas Valley by 2027. Bojangles has more than 700 restaurants across the Southeast. It also plans to open restaurants on Paradise Road, East Harmon Avenue, and Decatur Boulevard. Now for entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's with live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. Remembering a Las Vegas lounge legend, LVRJ entertainment columnist John Katzlamidas reflects on the long-running and successful career of Cookie Jar.
Cookie Jar was synonymous with the great lounge era of Las Vegas, beginning with his premiere at Nero's Nook at Caesar's Palace in 1970. He went on to play dozens of venues in Las Vegas, including the Dunes, MGM Grand, Continental, Carnival Court at Harrah's, Piano Bar at Harrah's, and Napoleon's at Paris, Las Vegas, where he ended his career in 2019. His widow, Stacy, remembers him taking to the Strip with his cordless microphone in the Dunes days to sing at people who were stopped at the traffic light because that hotel and no hotel could control this man's energy.
Country star Kenny Chesney will be the next big headliner at the Sphere. Chesney will be the first country artist to have a residency at the Sphere. He's booked for a dozen shows May 22nd through June 14th. Tickets go on sale January 31st at kennychesney.com. Thanks for watching 7 at 7 tonight. Watch 7 at 7 twice a day, Monday through Friday, and search Review Journal to follow us on your favorite streaming platform. See you tomorrow morning for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studios, sponsored by Knock the Injury Law. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.